loops. We are going to discuss about loops in PLSQL. Okay, so how many types of loops we have? What is the advantage of that? We'll see. So there may be a situation when you need to execute a block of code several number of times. So if you want to run, sometimes you will you need to do the work repeatedly with the same work. Okay, so if you want to run like 10 times, you need to run that code 10 times manually. So it will waste some time for you. Okay, instead of that, put that into loop. So how many times I need to execute that statement? Okay, the system can automatically run that many number of times. Then the process can execute from the process, from the loop. Okay, in general, the statements are executed sequentially. The first statement in a function is executed the first, the followed by the second statement, and so on. So it execute the one by one statements. So how many statements we have, that many statements. If you return like 10 statements in the loop, so the 10 statements it will execute one after one. Okay, so we'll use the loops for that. Okay, so programming languages provide various control structure that allow for more complicated execution paths. Okay, execution paths. So if you want to do like if you have like a 10 statements, okay, if you want to run that 10 statements, so in that, while executing that, so you may like if you inserted the data into the table, there is a chance to do to change the values in the tables. Okay, if the values reached into this position, like you are the table is having 50 rows, every iteration you are inserting 10 rows. Okay, if the value is reached 90 rows, can stop the program. Put that any special conditions. So if you want to put any conditions, so while performing any statement, while executing the things, you can put some conditions. Okay, put some conditions for that. We'll use the conditional statement as well in this. Okay, so a loop statement allows us to execute a statement or group of statements. So meaning you can able to execute one statement, you can able to execute multiple statements. So we have like a basic loop, while loop, for loop, nested loop. Okay, so basic loop will help you to run the, and I'm really frustrated with this with the people. Okay, in this loop structure, sequence of statement is enclosed between the loop and end loop. Okay, at each iteration, the sequence of statement is executed, and then the control resumes the top of the loop. Okay, so if you the basic loop will be similar kind. So see, your basic loop will be, so loop will look like, in the main block you will write the loop. Okay, loop do not only insert statement, you can do any task. Insert into emp values, you can insert that and you will use that. So in loop, the statement can terminate with like this. Okay, so this will perform. So first it can execute the statement, After completion of the statement, again the cursor will go to the starting of the loop. Okay, so if you haven't mentioned anything, so it continuously going on the infinity loop. We'll see about the basic loop. Okay, basic loop will start with the loop, and we need to, so it continuously going the loop. So it is going for infinity loop. So when we need to exit the loop, that's we need to mention here. So for that, we need to put some conditions. So what I am doing here, so I am declaring some variable. Okay, so and for each iteration, so for the first time execution, so it will I is having the 1. Okay, so I am like after executing this statement, I am making it as a I equal to I plus 1. So 1 plus 1. Now the I is having the 2. Okay, now the I is having the 2. Again, it will go for this. Okay, it is going continuously going for that. So how many times you are going to loop, that many times it will do. So when we need to exit the loop, that we need to mention here. So exit, when exit when, so I greater than 10. So if I put like this, so when the value, if it meet like a 10, the program can, that the loop will exit from the loop. The cursor will exit from the loop. So that will happen. So we'll see another thing. So while loop. So while loop repeats the statement or group of statements. While a given condition is true, it tests the condition before executing the loop of body. So what will happen here? First, it performs some condition. So I will take some example for you. So first we'll see the loop statement, basic loop. We'll go with another thing. So what are the things I have written in that? Now I'm mentioning this. Okay. So if the value x equal to x plus 10, okay. Now the 10 we have here. So I'm putting the conditions here. So 10 plus 10. So like that, it will go for the iterations. For each and every iteration, it increase the 10 and it going for that. So I'm putting some condition. If x is greater than 50, then exit. So this is the conditional statement. I'm putting some condition here. If the condition gets satisfied, then run the process. Else it will ignore this process. See, I am running this statement. Okay, PLSQL procedure successfully completed. So we don't have set server output on. Okay, now we'll see that. See, in the first iteration, it is showing 1, 10, 20, 30, 40. So till 40, so till 50, it got success. The value once it reach like a 50, the process is going to exit here. It is not going for the 60. It is not going for the 60. See, the value is make as a 60. Okay, so then it is coming this place. It is coming in this place. The value is 60 is greater than 50, then exit. It is not going for the another dbms underscore output. So this is the simple loop. if anyone having any doubt here? In the basic loop? No, right? So we'll see with the exit when condition. So how we mentioned that using the if condition, instead of if condition, we can use the exit when statement. The same statement we can able to put with this. So instead of writing these three statements, we can use simply exit when condition. Simply. So I'm putting this a comment. Okay, now I have commented that. So now I'm running the same input, so same query. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. After exit is 60. Okay, we can able to use two ways, either way. If condition, then exit. Then you can, otherwise you can use the exit when condition. If the condition get meet with this condition, so whatever the value you are going to put some condition. If the condition is true, then it will come out of the loop. It exit the process. Okay, this is about the normal loop. This is about the normal loop. Okay, so we'll see about the while loop. First, the condition get executed. This is the while loop. This is the while loop syntax. So first we can put the condition. If name equal to Shiva, then loop. So what are the statement you are mentioning here? If name, if you are passing like a, so ABC, say ABC is equal to Shiva, no, it won't perform any loop statement. Okay, it won't perform any loop statement. Okay, we'll use the while loop. So before running any code, if you use any condition, can you need to check the condition? If the condition gets satisfied, then we need to perform the loop. So if you want to do that, we'll use the while loop. Okay. So what I am going to do now here, so I'm taking this example. So now I'm declaring one variable a equal to 10. Okay. So I'm putting the condition a is less than 20. Then display the as a value. So whatever the value we have in current, then it displays. So then again I am increasing the value a equal to a plus 1. So for each and every iteration, it get increased with the 1. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 like that, it get increase the values. So once the value is increased like 20, okay, so here it will check the condition 20 less than 20. So the condition is going to fail here. Okay, it's automatically come out of the loop. It's automatically come out of the loop. See. So we'll see. Set server output on and we'll run that. Okay, now I'm running the code. The value of A is first time we assigned as a 10, display 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 till 19. But you don't have any 20th value because the process is come out of the loop. The condition is not satisfied here. It is not going for the inside the loop. If you go to the inside the loop, then only I can able to print the values here. Okay. So basic loop will perform with the simple loop and end loop. Okay. So if you want to exit the loop, we need to use the exit when condition or if condition with exit. Okay. So whereas in the do while, so while loop, first it check the condition. If the condition is get satisfied, then it will enter into the loop. Else it can stop the program from there itself. Start with while and condition, loop, executable statements, and end loop. Okay, so this is about the while loop. Okay, we are writing like a very simple programs here. So you need to put the conditions like a, so how can you put the conditions? So pass like each and every employee. Okay, so you cannot able to pass the, just now we haven't discussed about cursors. So if you know the cursors, then you can pass that. Okay, so put some insert statement. Put some insert statement on any table. If the value is meet with the, okay, after completion of the conditional statement, I will explain. Okay, so we can put some two employee one table, employee two table, insert the data into 10 times. Okay, in employee table, EMP one table. So we can insert 20 times into employee two table by putting some conditions. Okay, we need to insert the data, whatever the employee table is having, we need to insert that into 10 times into the employee table. Okay, 20 times into the EMP2 table. Okay, we can perform those type of actions as a task. Okay, this is about the while loop. Okay, we see about the normal loop and while loop. Okay, so another thing we have for loop. Okay, so for loop is a repetition control statement that allows you to efficiently write a loop that needs to execute a specific number of times. Okay, specific number of times. So how many times I need to execute the loop, that you need to mention in the starting of the time. Okay, so for I in 1 dot dot 2. So if you give like a 1 dot dot 20, so the loop will start with the 1 and ends with the 20th time. Loop will ends with the 20th time. So we have the reverse for loop as well. So reverse for loop as well. We will see the reverse for loop later. First we will see about the basic for loop. Okay, loop counter. The loop counter is a variable. So here we are mentioning as a loop counter. So now the loop is in a which iteration. So the loop will start with the first iteration, second iteration, third iteration, right? So how many round you are in? So how many trips you are doing? Okay, if you are doing as a driver in some place, X place to Y place, you need to make it as a note in somewhere after completion of each trip. In the similar way, so after completion of each loop, each iteration, each round, so I need to make it as a 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, like that. I need to count it down. So this is the loop counter. This is the loop counter. So from which place? So from which iteration? So I need to start the trips from 0 to 100 or 10 to 100. So that I need to mention lower bound. This is, we can call it as a lower bound. This is a upper bound. Okay, if it reach like a 50 trips, I need to stop my driving and I need to go my home. So if you want to put those type of conditions, we'll use the for loop. Repeated, how many times I need to repeat that number of times. If you know that, we'll go with the for loop. If we go with the for loop, okay. So everything will say loop, sequence of statements, end loop. We don't have any exit statement here. So once it reaches the highest number of iteration, if it reaches the 50th trip, you are automatically going to stop the driving and you are going home. In the similar way, if it reach like 10, so we'll stop that. So how many times you are mentioning in that? Okay. So reverse is optional. If specified, the counter will count in the reverse way. Reverse, we'll see. So this is the example we are going to. So now I am starting as a loop with, so from where we are going to use into 20, you print the values, right? So now I'm mentioning with like this. Number of A equal to number of A, I declare as a one variable. So now you no need to declare this variable also here. So simply see I in one dot dot 20. So just I'm removing this. No need. Okay. So I'm make it as a I. Counter value I'm making as a this. See, now the I is get started with the 10th trip, ends with the 20th trip. Okay, see, now I'm going to use the set server output on. Okay, now I'm running this. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 20, till 20. Because it lower bound and upper bound both values will include. So now in the earlier case, we use the less than. But here it will work as a 10 till 20. Okay, 10 in between 10 and 20. How the between operator will work? So if you use it like a salary greater than 5,000 and less than 10,000 in the sense, so you will use the between operator, right? It will include the 5,000 and as well as the 10,000 in the between operator. So this is about the for loop. Okay, if I use the reverse for loop, what will happen? Use the reverse for loop, what will happen? Can you observe here? So it is performing the from last to what that lower bound you mentioned in that place. Okay. So reverse for loop will help you in that way. Okay. So this is about the normal loops. So nested loop. If I use the loop inside the loop of any other loop, nested. So if you are using this loop, if you put any other loops like this, put the conditions like a for I in. So make it as a normal loop for this. Data 100 loop. Okay. PBMS underscore output. Now I started with two loops. I ended with only one loop. I ended with only one loop. So whether it is going to allow or not, observe here. Now I'm mentioning like I. See, encounter the symbol.
AI better అన్నాక.
That's not matter here. It's in the comment. It's as a string. You can able to pass anything here. That's not matter here. That's not matter. Okay, it give the error. So it giving the error. So what the error you are going to get? So you need to use the end loop. You use the loop as 2 times. So you need to use end loop as also 2 times. See here, you see here, the value of A is 11. Okay, now till like a 100 to 200, it print the 100 to 200. It is repeating. So first iteration like a value of 11. So what the value we have for the current is 11. Now the value check here. Value of 2 till that it will return like a 200 values. So now the value is 10 because we use the reverse for loop in the upstate. In upside we use the reverse for loop because it is getting from 20 to 10. Okay, if you want to observe that, check with the different ways. The value of 12. If you go upside, it will value of A is increase. Okay, so this is we can call it as a nested loop. Nested for loop. If you mention in the while loop, you can call it a nested while loop, basic loop, anything. So you can call it as any loop inside of any other loop. You can call it as a nested loop. Okay. Okay. So now display the so two tables. So multiplication of two, what the values? 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 2, 4. You will get that like tables, right? Tables of 2. So that you need to mention that. So using this loop, you can able to do that, right? So practice with your end. If you have any doubt, ask me now. Okay. And you people know like a mod function. You people know how to divide it by the values. So if you do the like a 2 into 2, how much you will get? So how to add the strings? See how to add the strings here. Value of A equals to. Put that in the single code. You will get that. See here. I equals to. Okay. You are getting in this way, right? So in this way, practice your ways. So to multi tables, display like 1 to 100 numbers. Okay, and decrease that A equal to like use the reverse for loop 100 to 99, display the values in this way. So every iteration I need to display. So odd numbers, even numbers. Okay, practice with this all the things, you will get some idea about the more details. Okay. So this is about the loops. We'll see about conditional statements. Nested table also, nested loops we see, right? That is the nested loop. So conditional statements we have, we'll see about the conditional statements. This is, we have loops only. Okay, so I can explain the conditional statement as well. No need any material here. So till now we see some conditional statements. So where we see some conditional statements, you are putting some condition. If the condition gets satisfied, if you put some condition, if the condition is get satisfied, see, this is the conditional statement. So how we are going to use this? Okay, so declaring some variable. Okay, x number equal to 20. Okay, so I declare some variable with the, I assign some value as well for that. I'm using that conditional statement. Begin. Okay, begin. If x value greater than 50, then display PMS underscore output underscore line underscore line. So what I'm mentioning, so I'm make it as a x is greater than, okay, greater than 50. So I'm using like a if you started with if, that need to ends with the end if. So while writing the code, if you are using any if statement, try to use the end if as well. End if, then you can write the code inside this statement. Okay, you won't forget I need to close if here. Okay, so sometimes we will miss that, right? So if you want to find out that again, if you have nested loops like hundreds of nested loop, you cannot able to find out that very easily. So that's the reason I'm saying. So end. Okay, so now I'm mentioning with this simply. So not null of non-initiative. So dangling an empty. So whatever the things I am mentioning in the DBMS underscore output, that need to be in a single code. That need to be in a single code. See here, the procedure is successfully completed, but you are not displaying anything here. Okay, you are not displaying anything here. So now you can put in this way. Okay, x is less than 50. Okay, now run this code. Now run this code. See, x is less than 50. Okay, now I am increasing with the 70. Now run this. Now x is greater than 50, x is less than 50. Because this condition I am putting in this way. Okay, if the value is greater than 50, then only I need to execute this statement. Okay, so if the value is greater than or less than, I don't care about that. My statement need to be executed this. My statement need to executed this. See here, so the value is less than that. Just I am simply saying that the value is less than 50. It is not the correct case, right? So I just am, what are the things I am putting here, that simply executing that. Okay. Anyone, any doubt? No, right? This is the simple if statement. Okay, if statement. If else. If else. So else. So what are the things I have mentioned in this? Okay, so what are the things I have mentioned in this? Now, if the value is greater than 50 or less than 50, sometimes it may be equal also. Okay, now we have two cases. What are the value I am mentioning? If the value is greater than that, need to display as a greater than 50. Okay, if it is less than that, you need to display like a less than the 50. Okay, now I am running this. See here, I am getting only one condition, one value here. 70 is greater than 50. 70 is greater than 50. So you can able to make it like I say, instead of x, make it like I say, x in this place. You will get some idea. 70 is greater than 50. Okay, pass like a 30. 30 is less than 50. Got it? So if you want, put two conditions. If the value gets satisfied, the condition is true, then perform this action. If the condition is unsatisfied, going for the another condition. So this is getting satisfied here. Okay. So now we have another ways like else if. Else if. Okay, else if x equal to 50. So x equal to 50. Then I'm putting this comment. I'm putting in the comment. Okay. I'm putting into comment this and copy and declare. So x is equal to 50. Okay. So now we are passing as 30. Now see, I'm removing this all things in the downside. Now the PLSQL procedure successfully executed. Okay, but you are not getting any output. Okay, see why it is not executing. So how it is happening? 30 is greater than 50. False. It is going for the another statement, else if. 30 equal to 50. False. So it is not executing any of the statement here. Okay. So now if I use the 50, 50 is equal to 50. Okay, if I use greater than that, 60 is greater than 50. Observe. So you can able to, if else if this, if else if, you can able to use else if like a okay, 50. So now I'm running with the same statement, 60. 60 is greater than 50. Okay, now first what the condition it is satisfying. 60 is greater than 50. So it is displaying. If the condition is not satisfied, then it will come for this place. Use this as a less than. Okay, less than. Then it will come for the, so 60 is less than 50 is failed this condition. This condition is failed. It will come for the second condition. 60 equal to 50. False. It will come for the second condition. Okay, so So this is about the if, else if. Okay, we can put any number of else if statements. Okay, you can put any number of else if statements. Okay, so you can check like how we have the case statement. Case when department number equal to 10, then when 20, then when 30, then you can put else blank. So how many conditions you need to check with that? Put that number of conditions. Put some if condition, then else if, else if, else if. Okay, without if you cannot able to use the else if. In the case statement also, case when. Okay, you cannot able to use when clause directly. First we need to mention the case. In the similar way, you need to use else if. If you want to check with multiple conditions, use the else if. Okay, how many conditions you need to check with that many conditions and use the else. Else. So if caste equal to OC, caste equal to BC. So what the reservation categories we have, put that all categories in that and you will use the else. These people will all go and sit into OC, general. In the similar way, how the case statement is working, in the similar way, this will work. Any doubt? Okay. So any values, put some valid values and check with the different conditions. Okay. So this is about the if statements. If, simple if. Okay. If else. Else if else if else. Okay. We have three ways. Simple if else if else if else. Okay. Else you can put if else also. If else also. Check one condition. If it is not meeting that, put else block. So if you want to check with only one cache, put that condition cache and put all the things in the general else. Okay. So this is about the conditional statements and the loops. Okay. So try to practice with this. So nested if also we have within the if you put any other condition that we can call it as a nested if. Okay, so we'll see by tomorrow with the packages and mostly this weekend I can complete the things. Okay, so I can try to finish within this week. So we are left with the packages, we are left with the cursors, triggers and the collections. In the after that we have bulk and bulk collect. 7 topics we have. Mostly by Monday we can able to finish all the topics and try to finish all the topics. Okay, so try to practice with these statements. So how to print the prime numbers, how to print the, so if you want to print like a stars 100 times, how can you print that? So I need to print the values. So stars like 100 times. So use the substring function, concatenate function, not substring, concatenate. So how many times put that loop in 1 to 100 and concatenate with the a equal to a plus a concatenate with the a again. So how we are performing like a equal to, so I equal to I plus 1. So instead of this, use the concatenate symbol. It concatenate whatever the string you are passing it, that it can concatenate. So how many times it required? So use two variables. So to iterate the loop, so to increase the loop counter, use one variable and add the string a plus a. So star concatenate with star. Okay, now we have 2 stars in the second iteration. So if you go with the third iteration, 2 stars with the star. Okay, put the conditions in that way and print that in the different ways. So it's not very useful, but so if you know like in which situation I need to go with which loop, okay, put that way, you will get some idea about the loops and everything.